A man sneaks into a female tenant's rental unit without permission. He places rotten apples inside her refrigerator, then smears cockroach eggs across every cabinet to let them hatch. After finishing all these things, he curls up and falls asleep beside the woman. To avoid being caught, he sets an alarm to wake up at 5 in the morning. He then brushes his teeth using the woman's toothbrush and puts it back exactly where he found it afterward. Next, he injects an unidentified white liquid into each of her skincare products one by one. Before he leaves this time, he takes her wristwatch with him on purpose. Jeff can enter and exit any unit freely because he works as the apartment building manager. He holds spare keys for every tenant's home, and he keeps track of each resident's daily schedule of leaving and returning. Over at Laura's place, she wakes up feeling drained and fatigued. She picks up the toothbrush Jeff used earlier to brush her teeth, then applies the contaminated skincare creams laced with the unknown liquid. As she gets ready to head out, she checks her phone and finds more than a dozen harassing text messages waiting for her. These disturbing messages all come from Jeff. He has long memorized Laura's daily routine of going out and coming back home. That is why he hides under her bed every day ahead of her arrival. Once he uses a mirror to confirm Laura is sound asleep, he puts on a face mask and pulls out sedatives stashed beneath her mattress. He creeps slowly out from under the bed, covers her with a towel soaked in sedative solution to knock her unconscious, then takes off his mask without worry and sleeps beside her. On this day, he finishes brushing his teeth and prepares to leave as usual. A young girl living right across the hall has already witnessed all his illegal acts. She blackmails Jeff, demanding $60 each day as hush money, plus a special video disc for herself. Desperate to keep his crimes hidden, Jeff has no choice but to agree to the girl's demands. In the days that follow, Jeff continues hiding under Laura's bed every single day, indulging in his twisted private routine. As time passes, Laura develops constant itching all over her body, and red rashes gradually break out across her face. She has no idea these symptoms stem from the sedatives and the tampered skincare products Jeff contaminated. One day before heading out, Laura tells Jeff her drain pipe is clogged and asks him to fix it. Jeff readily agrees. He first clears the blockage in the drain pipe, then takes out Laura's stolen wristwatch. He slips on a pair of gloves, pours strong acid over the watch to corrode and destroy it completely, and leaves a note claiming he found the broken watch inside the drain pipe. That evening, he arrives at Laura's unit early and slips under her bed with practiced ease. When Laura gets home, he eavesdrops on her phone call with her boyfriend, gathering every detail of her private life. Once Laura drifts into deep sleep late at night, he uses the sedative again to keep her unconscious. On this occasion, besides staying to sleep beside her, he smears fast-breeding cockroach eggs all over every cabinet and tucks rotten apples into the fridge to lay groundwork for his subsequent harassment. Another week goes by, and Laura's physical condition deteriorates drastically. She staggers unsteadily when walking and suffers frequent splitting headaches. Worse still, the cockroach eggs have fully hatched. She bolts out of the bathroom immediately. She plans to grab her phone to call for help, only to discover cockroaches crawling all over her tabletop as well. She rushes downstairs to seek help from the building manager. Jeff stares at the chaotic mess he created and feels a surge of malicious joy. Laura asks him to step inside her apartment to fetch a dress for her, yet he pretends he cannot hear her clearly on purpose. Laura screams in terror repeatedly, while Jeff grows excited at the sound of her fright. He takes his time retrieving the dress she asked for, and as he leaves, he blames her misfortune on spoiled fruit she bought, claiming that is the reason cockroaches overran her home. Laura decides to stay at her mother's house for a few days and asks Jeff to carry out a full pest extermination service throughout her rental unit. Just then, the young girl from across the hall runs outside. After hearing about Laura's cockroach infestation, she tracks Jeff down the next day and raises her blackmail demand from $60 to $100 daily. She threatens to call the police if he refuses, forcing Jeff to give in to her new terms. Shortly afterward, Jeff begins the pest removal work without obtaining Laura's consent. He packs all her skincare, cosmetics, designer clothing and luxury handbags into black garbage bags and throws every single item away. He then slings a pesticide sprayer over his shoulder and sprays disinfectant into every nook and cranny of the apartment. Once he finishes the disinfection, he reports back to his regular shift duty at the front desk. Unexpectedly, police officers show up at the building asking specifically for him. Laura filed a police report after enduring months of relentless harassing text messages. Officers traced the message IP address back to this apartment complex. After a thorough search of the premises, police recover a cell phone along with pre-written threatening letters ready to be mailed from a janitor's storage cabinet. Jeff anticipated Laura would contact law enforcement, so he stashed the phone and threatening letters in the cabinet beforehand to frame the janitor's teenage son. He then calls Laura to inform her apartment is safe to move back into. Learning she plans to return that very night, he packs his tools into a bag at once, heads over to her unit early to rehearse his scheme, then hides under the bed to wait for his next intrusion. He never expects Laura to bring her boyfriend home with her. As the couple gets intimate on the bed, the bottle of sedative stashed under the mattress slips out and spills its entire contents onto Jeff's face. He hurries to crawl out while the pair remain distracted. The sedative fumes will render him unconscious in under 2 minutes if he lingers. He stumbles toward the front door, only to realize he grabbed the wrong key in his rush to escape. With no other option, he ducks into the bathtub to hide. When he wakes the next morning, Laura turns on the shower faucet, and running water splashes all over his body. He watches her start brushing her teeth outside the bathroom, knowing she will come in to shower at any moment, unsure how to escape, until Laura's boyfriend calls her over suddenly. He found Jeff's tool bag tucked under the bed and is filled with confusion. Laura spots the tools inside the bag and assumes the manager left them behind during the pest extermination service. When her boyfriend pulls out a notebook from the bag, Jeff's heart races with overwhelming anxiety. Luckily, Laura is overcome by a sudden dizzy spell, diverting her boyfriend's attention away from the notebook. Seizing his chance, Jeff bolts out of the bathroom. Her boyfriend walks to the living room to pour a glass of water, giving Jeff a window to find another hiding spot. He scrambles between tight spaces barely a foot wide to stay concealed. When Laura steps out into the living room as well, Jeff breaks out in a cold sweat. Once the couple head back into the bathroom together, he creeps forward quietly, snatches the correct spare key and the critical notebook, then attempts to flee the scene using his old trick. This time, Laura's boyfriend catches him red-handed.
¿Qué hace aquí? ¿Quién cojones es usted como entró aquí?
Jeff makes up an excuse that he only entered to retrieve his pest control equipment. He apologizes profusely, explaining he had tried to reach her beforehand but never caught her at home. He adds another tenant came by to collect their spare key, which he accidentally left inside his pest control backpack. He claims he would lose his job if the management received a complaint about lost spare keys, leaving him no choice but to enter without advance notice. Laura accepts his explanation without further suspicion and hands the tool bag back to him. Jeff's whole body shakes violently as he walks downstairs. The notebook contains detailed records of every crime he committed. On the day Jeff reports to work, the landlord informs him he is fired. The landlord has repeatedly failed to locate Jeff during working hours and orders him to vacate the apartment complex within 15 days. This termination means he will no longer have access to Laura's unit to sneak inside. The next day, Laura and her boyfriend go for a medical checkup, then depart for a one-month trip right after their appointment. Jeff falls into complete despair, pounding the walls violently to vent his rage and frustration. He has never received any love or affection his entire life, remaining single well into his 40s. His mother lies seriously ill in the hospital, and the steep medical bills weigh him down with unbearable financial pressure. The only way he knows how to release his stress is to inflict misery on other people. That same night, Jeff climbs up to the building rooftop, planning to end his hopeless existence. Just as he gathers the courage to step forward, he spots Laura and her boyfriend returning unexpectedly. A twisted new urge to keep living ignites inside him, and he rushes ahead to hide under her bed once more. Laura and her boyfriend begin arguing fiercely as soon as they walk through the door. The doctor confirmed Laura is 4 weeks pregnant, yet her boyfriend has not spent a single night at home for 6 full weeks. He suspects she has been unfaithful to him. Even after the doctor explains delayed conception is medically possible, the boyfriend still cannot shake his lingering doubts. Jeff hears every word of their fight from under the bed. Once the pair fall asleep deep into the night, Jeff administers sedatives to knock both of them unconscious and lies down between the two of them. The following noon, Laura's boyfriend tracks Jeff down and tells him cockroaches still linger in Laura's unit, asking Jeff to return and finish the extermination. When Jeff arrives, he finds no trace of cockroaches anywhere. The boyfriend directs him to check the bedroom carefully, and Jeff freezes in shock. His hidden bottle of sedatives under the mattress has been discovered.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué cojones es todo esto?
The boyfriend pieces together the full truth and bombards Jeff with relentless questions. Overcome with guilt, Jeff tries to run away, but the boyfriend blocks his path. Faced with irrefutable evidence laid out before him, he admits he snuck in and slept in her bed every single day for the past 6 weeks.
A Clara no me molesta. ¡Clara no sabe nada!
A physical brawl erupts between the two men. Jeff grabs a shard of broken glass during the struggle and slashes the boyfriend with it, instantly rendering him unable to fight back. He drags the unconscious man into the bathtub, places the glass shard in the boyfriend's hand, and arranges the scene to look as if the boyfriend harmed himself. He restores the rest of the room to its usual state and packs his bags to flee. Abrupt, urgent knocks sound at the front door. Laura discovered her boyfriend's body and contacted the police. As the building manager with access to every spare key, he remains unnerved. Convinced investigators can find no tangible evidence linking him to the crime. As soon as he leaves the apartment, he spots a slip of paper and realizes only the young girl across the hall knows all his secrets. That night, he sneaks into the young girl's residence. The girl screams and tries to run away, but Jeff has already subdued her parents with sedatives. He drags her out onto the balcony and admits he killed Laura's boyfriend. He warns the girl she will face the same fate as the boyfriend if she reveals any of his secrets, terrifying her into promising to stay silent. The next day, Laura moves out of the apartment building accompanied by her mother, yet her nightmare is far from over. Jeff smirks with sinister meaning as he watches her leave. 1 year later, Jeff mails his incriminating notebook to Laura. By this time, Laura has already given birth to a child. After reading the notebook and the enclosed letter, she learns the baby's biological father is Jeff, and her whole world crumbles around her. The film does not depict the subsequent lives of the characters after this revelation. Laura always believes Jeff is an obsessive, deranged secret admirer. Before receiving Jeff's letter and notebook, She assumed the crazed stalker was another young man who had already been arrested by police. Tragically, she finally learns the police took the wrong person into custody, and the real obsessive stalker remains free. Every time she holds her infant child in her arms, Jeff crosses her mind. She must raise his child for the rest of her life, haunted each day by the horrific, traumatic ordeal she endured. That wraps up today's story. This is Chan Jiang Movie, and I will see you in the next video.